Todd.
It's good to have you here in the studio. We don't get a chance to talk with you folks enough. But what a topic today. The Teddy Bear Fund Drive for 38 years now has been helping the kids at the pediatrics unit at Indiana Regional Medical Center and those who use the Free Care Fund at the Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. And First Commonwealth Bank for a lot of years has been one of our great partners. You guys have really gone the extra mile, or 2 or 3 or 10 for the fund drive. I want to thank you for that personally. That's just wonderful.
Well, great. Thank you. And kudos to Renda Broadcasting. 38 years is a lot. Wow, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited to support this fund drive each year, and giving back to our community is quite simply at the core of being a community bank. We give to about 1,000 organizations each year, most of which are here in Indiana County and Western PA. We've set a goal, and it's predicated upon the success of the Penguins. We donate $5 for every goal scored during the regular and postseason. We were clipped a little short this year, but it's a heck of a lot of fun, and we have an offense with the Pens that scores a lot of goals. In fact, they scored 314 goals this year, and we were able to contribute $1,570. And since 2012, that's resulted in more than $14,000, as you mentioned, to help child's health care at the IRMC's pediatric department. So that's pretty important, and that is really fun.
Oh, I bet it is, just to follow the... you might be sitting there with the calculator going, oh, no, Crosby got another one. Or you could have that idea, but you don't.
No,
you don't.
Exactly the opposite. We just want them to run through the playoffs, and we've got a little spoiled the last 2 years, winning 2 Stanley Cups. So this year was still a good year, but just clipped a little short by Penguins fan standards.
Do you see where Sid is right now?
Where is he?
He's at Wimbledon.
Oh, wow.
He had a tour the other day with Maria Sharapova. And so she was showing him around Wimbledon.
The problems of elite athletes.
I tell you, it's terrible, isn't it?
It is. That is really cool.
Yeah, Sid is over there. Sid wants Chris Kunitz back because Chris Kunitz is a goal scorer, and well, that's a part of what you're talking about with First Commonwealth Bank supporting the fund drive through the Penguin scoring. That's just a creative way that you've come up with to support the fund drive, and that's really the bottom line, isn't it? Find ways that you can really generate interest in the fund drive and First Commonwealth Bank's mission.
And make it fun. I remember being with Mark here a year ago, Mark Burdig, and at the walk over around IRMC, probably had a couple hundred people show up on a Saturday morning to do 2 or 3 miles, and it was great. It was just great.
Yeah, it's terrific stuff. You mentioned the number of different charitable organizations, charitable efforts, fund drives, school activities, all the things that First Commonwealth gets involved in. And the really simple question is, why do you find that sort of a spirit to be so encouraging, not only for the people who are the beneficiaries, but I would assume for the members of the First Commonwealth family?
Well, first of all, it's the right thing to do. And secondly, in our various communities across Western PA, we get to know good people really well. They're passionate about things, and they ask us to be helpful. And it's really easy to become involved, and not to just write checks, but also get more involved and get our people involved in great causes.
Yeah, and you look around and you see all the need that there is around this county, but First Commonwealth Bank stretches into how many counties? Where are you now?
We're in 17 counties in western Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah, through Allegheny and up north and west or east a bit, and they're just great places that we call home.
Yeah, it's sort of, that's the whole thing about it. It's home. It's home, and you want to be a part of that. So within the First Commonwealth family and the various charitable organizations that you are supporting, I'm sure there are some that just stand out that really can touch the heartstrings a little bit. What are some of those great causes that you support through the First Commonwealth Bank?
I think probably at the top of the list is United Way.
Mm-hmm.
United Way is so efficient with their contributions. They touch so many organizations that help people, everything from kids in need to women in need to health care to education. And it's easy to give. And our employees get behind that as well, which makes it a lot of fun. And That's probably at the top of our list. Also, a lot of economic causes, local chambers, economic development, and things that make a difference in our community with employment and jobs are also important, particularly from a bank's perspective. When our communities thrive, our businesses thrive, and not just banks, but really other businesses right here on Philadelphia Street.
Yeah, and I would, there's a two-way street that you're talking about there. There's giving to charitable organizations which are doing things to help people with their lives. But then there's that whole business aspect where if you're able to help this business or that organization to become economically strong, to become viable, to become job creators, that has an overall wonderful effect on a community. And in these tough times, you need that kind of support in order to make a community thrive, such as Indiana County is.
Well, it's a virtuous circle, and what's neat about Indiana County is the public sector, our good people that we elect to office, the private sector, we're normally on the same page and moving in the same direction, and that's really a credit to a lot of people and business people throughout the years here in Indiana County.
Yeah. We're talking with Mike Price, the president and CEO of First Commonwealth here in Indiana. How many years have you been here now? We had you right after you were named to the position.
I moved back home. I grew up in Johnstown, PA, and I've been back here now for going on 11 years.
Has it been that long?
It has.
Wow.
It goes by quick.
My
kids were a lot younger.
So were you.
When I moved here, and now they've all graduated from high school, which is just, oh my heavens.
I love that. His kids got older, but he didn't. How about that? But I remember having you on when you first got here. You were on Indiana in the Morning. We were in the other studio on the other station, and talking about how you hoped to grow First Commonwealth and to continue to thrive. How have those 11 years gone in terms of First Commonwealth?
There were some bumps in the road through the economic cycle, but the bank is thriving and moving forward. In fact, we've never been stronger.
Great.
We've grown, and hopefully our communities have grown with us. And really our forte and expertise is small to mid-sized businesses, and it's just a terrific community. Thriving entrepreneurs and business owners are great for banks. By the way, we're not the only bank here in town. There's 3 or 4 others, and they're terrific as well.
Yeah, they really are. They are. We're sort of a banking hub for the region here in Indiana County. One of the measures that we have of the health of a bank is the rate of expansion, moving into this county, that county, establishing branches all over Western PA as you have. There are other measures, though, aren't there, of the health of a banking institution?
No, I think you've nailed it. I think expansion and growth is important for a bank. I think we've grown in Pittsburgh. We've grown a little bit into Ohio. And we've also grown in other businesses. We've added mortgage to our repertoire. Such an important cornerstone for a bank. We were out of that business probably for a dozen or so years. And that has been an awesome business for us.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you're getting somebody into their first home or they're moving up, in terms of their house, they're excited, and you're excited for them. So you don't think of banking this way, but it's a fun business. Think about it. We get capital to business and business owners who are really going to deploy it and put it to work, or people that need it and are growing their household and getting into houses and so forth. That's exciting stuff. Mm-hmm. It really is.
One of the other things that I wanted to note with you about First Commonwealth, and this speaks to the involvement in the community as well, is reaching into institutions like the Indiana Regional Medical Center, your support for them. That has to be very exciting to you as well. The new operating suites, everything that's going on at IRMC.
Well, it's exciting, but it's also easy because there is such a talented group of nurses, doctors, and the senior leadership team there is just fantastic. So, and following Steve Wolf is about the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. I think I learned more from him in a board meeting than any business classes that I've ever taken. And it's just, it's easy to be involved with IRMC. They're such a cornerstone. I think they and IUP are probably the largest employers in our area. And but their product and the things that they do for a community hospital to thrive and be as healthy as they are, again, it's just fun to be involved.
Yeah, we're going to have Dr. Dan Clark on with us in our next hour.
Good.
And he was here talking about robotic surgery and, the viability of this Da Vinci system that they have at IRMC is such that it attracted a world-renowned robotic surgery pioneer such as him. And he's going to be talking about breast health and how robotic surgery is used in that in our next hour. But that's exactly the spirit you're talking about.
I am easily, you're way above my pay grade now in terms of talking about Da Vinci and robotic surgery. But it is cool stuff. And that is an advanced hospital where you can get terrific care.
Yeah, you can. All right, you said you're from Johnstown. You grew up there. Jets, Red Wings. Where was your first exposure to Johnstown hockey?
It was with the Johnstown Jets, probably back in the 70s, the Hanson brother days. And
The Carlson brothers.
Carlson and Dick Roberge, and he was the pro at Wimber Country Club. He also was the coach and a player coach. That was a different era. And that
I know,
was a
me
lot
too.
of fun.
I was a season ticket holder too.
It was a pretty raucous crowd. And they filled up that War Memorial Arena with 3,500, and it was a blast.
Oh, yeah. I'll throw names at you. Galen Head.
Oh, my heavens.
John Gofton. Ron Dawkin in the goal.
You are an aficionado, man.
We were there. Every Jets game, we were there.
I just remember the fights.
Well, there were plenty of those.
There was plenty of those. And it was a great time to be a kid growing up in Johnstown, PA, and playing Little League and going to hockey games.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play hockey in the alleys and ice them over in Old Westmont and put on our skates. And we took milk cartons and shot goals into them.
Yep.
So it was a different era, and it was a lot of fun.
We did the same thing. Terrific. Hey, it's great to spend some time with you here. Again, you mentioned a number, over $14,000. It's just incredible what First Commonwealth Bank has done in these last few years for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, but you've been involved for many, many years, and we appreciate that. We thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be with you this morning.
Got to get you back in here. We got to talk some banking issues with you soon, too. We can't just have fun talking old Johnstown Jets hockey games.
Thank you.
But there was this time. No, I'm just kidding. He's Mike Price. He's the president and CEO of First Commonwealth Bank, joining us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning, which, by the way, is presented by First Commonwealth Bank on the Voice of Indiana County, AM 1160, FM 101.1 WCCS.